in the following weeks. It was hard to tell how much the Empire's situation was shifting, but one thing was certain: changes were happening. With the death of their ringleaders, the Imperial Liberation Front's campaign of terror was finally over. And in recognition of our actions in Ruhr and at Corellia Fortress, all of us in Class 7 were invited to Valflame Palace. There, we were granted the honor of an audience with His Majesty the Emperor, Eugent III. Along with Empress Priscilla, the mother of Princess Alphen and Crown Prince Cedric. But no sooner had we been thanked than we came face to face with the leaders of the factions that divided the nation. The heads of the 4 great houses who rule their vast provinces with absolute authority. And the Chancellor and his close ally, Governor Regnitz, who brought reforms to Heimdall and expanded the railways. Both sides were quick to offer us words of praise, but just as quickly turned to criticize each other's role in the crisis. Eventually, His Majesty was forced to step in and rebuke both sides, clearly disgusted by their behavior. As it stood, the terrorists' defeat made it difficult for their supposed supporters in the noble faction to act openly, while Crossbell's push for independence was causing enough of a stir over there to keep the reformists busy. With both sides tied up, it looked like the Empire was in for a long overdue respite from its perpetual conflict. We'd finally gotten all the details for our concert performance worked out, and Elliot announced that we'd be doing 2 songs, a duet between Machias and Eustace, and a solo by Emma. To no one's surprise, all 3 of them were quick to raise objections. But after Crow and Elliot explained their choices and how their master plan would win over the audience, the rest of the class was totally on board, leaving our new vocalists to resign themselves to the inevitable. Unfortunately, with the good times came some sad news as well. It turned out that Marquis Ragnar was furious at Angelica for her part in what we did at the mine, and as a result, she was forced to leave the academy. Contrary to the official statement, her withdrawal was to be permanent. Before she left, she asked me if I'd look after the orbital bike for her. At first, I didn't want to. It felt like I'd be accepting that she'd be gone. But after thinking it over, I finally agreed. With so much going on, we decided to take Prince Olivert up on his proposal of a brief vacation north in Ymir. It proved to be quite an eventful trip, and it really drove home just how much we'd come to mean to each other. I'd tell you all about it, but we'd be here for hours. Maybe another time. Anyway.
Could I have your attention, please? It's another great day. Perfect weather to start bringing all your great festival ideas to life. Some of you have been preparing since last month, and some even longer. I know you're all itching to get started. So without further ado, I hereby declare the first day of festival preparation begun. Time to start setting up. We have today and tomorrow, but try not to leave any work until tomorrow night unless you really have to. All right, everyone, let's do this, and stay safe out there.
I want to thank you all for the effort you've put into over these last 2 weeks, everyone. Well, at least things are really coming together now. It's been an exhausting 2 weeks, though. You said it. I don't think I realized how much work this would involve. Elliot's a merciless taskmaster when it comes to music. It's like he unleashes the beast within. Sorry. I just really want this performance to be the best it can be. Don't worry about it. Given the short time we've had to prepare, I shudder to think that our band would be what our band would sound like without your guidance. Yeah, I'm sure it'll sound great. Well, the songs are coming together quite nicely, I admit. We aren't seriously going to do that, are we? Come on, give it up already. Emma's song is really sounding great. Agreed. I'm sure you'll be quite the sight on stage once you're in your outfit. The boys won't be I'll be under your spell. You guys, that's not the kind of pressure I need right now. I have to say, I'm pleasantly surprised at Machias and Eustace. Who knew you'd work so perfectly together? And to think, at the outset I doubted they had it in them to actually cooperate. Yep, and now look at them, croning together in perfect harmony. But that's the worst part. Speak for yourself. I've never felt so humiliated in my life. Sounds like you're all having such a gosh darn good time, I almost hate to interrupt. Just wanted to let you know that the principal's giving you permission to use the old schoolhouse. You're all free to use it for her rehearsal or whatever you need all the way through the end of tomorrow. Really? Phew, that's a weight off our shoulders. There's only so much our performance we can practice in the music room's limited space. Yeah, and Class 1's been hogging the auditorium to themselves. Well, considering they're performing an operetta, I'm not sure where else they could practice. The first floor of the old schoolhouse should be a fine makeshift auditorium as far as our practice needs go. It's even got the stage area. What more could we ask for? Sounds like a great solution to me. Though every time I step through those doors, I'm always reminded of our first day of school. The first of many deceptions by a certain instructor. I'm afraid the statute of limitations has expired on that one. You know, a little bird told me 2 people who might be in this room right now had a rather intimate experience that day. Oh, tell me. Well, it's nothing worth mentioning. How did he find out about that anyway? Well, shall we go our separate ways for today then? Yeah, our costume should be coming in this evening. So I think we're fine spending today helping with the setup and decorations. Might as well pitch in while we can. I'm guessing tomorrow's schedule just has rehearsal written in every blank. True, it only seems right to spend today helping out our club members. Guess we oughta. Were you planning on helping Toa with any last-minute student council stuff, Reed? Yeah, the student council's been totally swamped these last few days, so I figured I'd lend them a hand. I was thinking of looking in on the old schoolhouse while I was out making the rounds, too. That'd be helpful. Even though we'll just be using the first floor, we should make sure nothing is shifted around in there. If you're gonna make a sweep of the place, just ring me on my Arcus. I'd be happy to take along. Okay, thanks. Sounds like you've got a lot on your plate. All I can say is, good luck. I'll probably be patrolling the campus, so let me know if anything happens. I'll give you guys a call when the costumes come in. I really want us to at least try those on today, just to make sure they all fit. If you wouldn't mind taking care of this stuff for me, I'd really appreciate it. No problem. Glad to help out. Alright, we got our tasks for October. We've got Slipped Their Minds. Looks like it's from Instructor Beatrix. Read the Comments, Radio Trista, and Mail Mix-Up. I figured they'd all be related to the festival in some way. The shops in Trista do seem pretty keen on helping out, though. That's nice of them. Yeah, they do every year. The radio station's even doing a little something for us, too. Alright, I'll see what I can do to keep the ball rolling in town then. Great, that'd be a big help. Oh, but remember not to neglect your concert practice, okay? Crow's been telling me all about it. It sounds like you guys really are pulling out all the stops. That's the idea, yeah, but we haven't started group rehearsals yet. Most of us have family coming in to watch though, so for better or for worse, we're going to give it all we've got. By the way, do you think Angelica will be able to make it? Well... Sorry, I guess it's not looking too hopeful, huh? I just don't know. I've tried calling the Marquise household, but they won't even let me talk to her. But still, this is Angie. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. Don't worry, Angie will never break a promise. Besides, you guys are all here. Crow's here. George is here. I'm sure she'll be here too. That's why we need to make this festival a big success. I want Angie to forget the bad times for a little while and have fun. And I know your concert will be a part of that too. When you put it like that, I want to do whatever I can to make it a good time for her. Besides, as a follow-up act, we'd be bad if we weren't. We'd look bad if we weren't cheering just as loud if they weren't cheering just as loud for us. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store. Toa. Sorry to butt in, but it looks like some of the materials we ordered are going to be getting here late. If we don't do something, it's going to throw a hitch into our preparations. Okay, I'll take another look at the schedule and see if we can rearrange things a bit. Sorry, Reem, but it looks like duty calls. Good luck preparing for your concert. Thanks. Well, no sense in standing around here. We've got a lot to do and less time than I'd like to do it. Our outfits are going to show up this evening too. I'll have to try and get as much as I can finished up before then. Okay, let's get going. Wow, an opening to a chapter that doesn't involve, 20 minutes of footage? That's crazy. Hey, what's up, my Dokus? Jason rolling you back to more The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Last time, we finished up Chapter 6. We had a battle against the Imperial Liberation Front, and they all died. Plain and simple. Their airship crashed and blew up. Or I guess it just exploded, and every member of the Imperial Liberation Front went down with it, and we haven't seen them since. This time, it is day 1 of festival prep, and we're going to do pretty much, this is like our free day. It's pretty much what it's kind of treated as, because we have side quests that we can take on here for Toa, and we're going to be taking care of a few other things as well. So pretty much we can treat it as a free day, but there's just no bonding events. But there is a moment that is going to be very important. Anyway, starting off, we're going to take care of a few things, as there is a lot that is opened up to us. There's a lot of things we can take care of before we start... Before we start cracking down on side quests. First things first... Hey there, what's up? Did something happen to your instruments? Just bring them by and I'll fix them right up. They're just fine right now. Thanks for the offer, though. That reminds me, you made all of them yourself, didn't you? Stuff like this just reminds me how amazing you really are. It was nothing. I just modified some instruments I had on hand already. Especially compared to the Orbital Bike, which I pretty much built from scratch. Unreal. That was all you? Well, the base came from the Ruhr Institute of Technology, since they were doing some research on it. But while I was modifying and tuning it, it caught Angie's eye. She was the one who asked me to make sure I completed even. Helped me pick the parts for it too. So I couldn't really say I built the whole thing on my own. I see. He seems pretty torn up about Angelica's absence too. Excuse me. George, the machine we're using for Mishi Panic isn't working right. Could you come take a look at it? No problem. I'll be right there. Seems like you're going to be pretty busy for a while. I better get back to work myself. Sounds good. Just remember to stop by if you need anything. Alright. Well, we do need something, as he's got yet another Master Quartz that we can buy. Oh, I don't have the Mira for it. Oops. Well, it's a good thing we have plenty of Sepith Mass, so we should be able to afford it now. Oh, no, I'm still a little bit short. Cramp. I guess I'll do that. And that. No, that may not be enough. Hold on. Do that. I'll get 1,000 of that. I know I'm selling a lot of my Sepith, or exchanging a lot of my Sepith, but trust me, we're still hopefully gonna have enough for what we need to do. Alright, so next things up is we want to go to the library, as there is yet another book note that we can add. Let's see, reading corner, we want to read the Reinford Group past and present. That'll add that to our book notes. And then we want to head to Kyan's bookstore. Or if we do so, we can buy Imperial issue number 10. And then, hopefully this chapter, I mean, I've screwed it up the past 2 chapters, but hopefully this chapter, we can actually get something from Celine. So let's go ahead and give her fresh milk. There we go. And then we need to go back to the main building, as if we can find him... would he be in the home ec room, maybe? No, only Milliam's in here. That's Hibel, Elliot. Where is he? There's Gaius. Where's who I'm looking for? Ah, here he is. So, he gives, if we talk to Casper, he will give us mixed gelato, which is another recipe we need. What are we doing at? So we got one more fish that we have to catch. We have, 2 more recipes. And we've battled 180 out of 197 of the enemies. Or I guess we've had entries for them. So... yeah. Anyway, this is also a time where I do want to make note that it's pretty much happened every chapter, but if you have not gotten the 3 medals from the instructors, do that now, as we are finally going to be able to put those to good use. Specifically, if we head over to the principal's office and we talk to Principal Van Dyke. Oh, Schwarzer. Even though you're still a first year, I see you've already been rewarded 3 of the 4 Lionheart medals. Simply outstanding. We only see students of your caliber at once every 10 years, and that's if we're lucky. I haven't really done anything worth commending on my own, though. So many people have guided me along the way. My classmates, Instructor Sarah, President Toa, and the second years. Without all of them, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything. I'm glad to see that you realize that, or you recognize that. I've had the pleasure of watching over all of you and witnessing your achievements for the past half a year now. I can confidently say that you've all grown superbly, both in mind and body. Some might say it's a little hasty, but I believe the time is right. Does this mean... Indeed, I hereby award you the final Lionheart Medal as a symbol of your achievements here at Thors. The Medal of Heroism. In addition, I want to give you a present of my own. One of these was used by Sarah, the other one is used by Neidhart. Choose whichever you prefer. I'm gonna go with Instructor Sarah. We obtained Thor. Thank you, sir. It's a true honor to receive this. That medal signifies that its bearer is a true hero. Don't sully that by resting on your laurels now. I can't imagine you would, though. I have high hopes for what Class 7 will accomplish from here on out. I'm not sure if we'll be able to measure up to your expectations, but together, we'll do everything in our power to try. That's reassuring. I see great things to come for every last one of you. Alright, we got Heart of a Lion as a trophy. Isn't that fun? Okay, so next up, what we want to do is we want to now go to... We want to go back out to Trista. I don't know why I'm choosing to go the long way, but what we want to do is we come down here and talk to Kenneth. You're looking awfully serious. Perfect timing, Rean. I saw a shadow in the water that couldn't belong to anything other than Trista's guardian. Trista's guardian? I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's a tricky one. A fish so elusive few people have ever even seen it. That shadow was the first glimpse of it I've seen, but that was enough to tell me he'll be a powerful opponent. But Rean, the fact that you showed up right after I saw it is definitely a sign. How about we have a competition to see who can catch it first? Sure, let's do this. This should be interesting. Oh yeah, apparently it won't even give you the time of day if it doesn't find you worthy. But with all the fish you've caught by now, that shouldn't be a problem. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna start fishing for the Guardian right away. You might want to do the same. No time like the present, right? Yep, so we can start fishing for the Guardian. And we've got the Lake Lord lure, which is the best lure we can have, at least I think. Yeah, because I think even by trading our points, yep, we don't really have any other better lures. So let's go ahead and start fishing. We have one final fish. This is it. This is our final fish that we need to collect. And here he is. He's a behemoth, but he does not hold a candle to my button mashing. You cannot overtake me. Gotcha, you son of a bitch. The giant swordfish. I did it! I caught the Guardian! Amazing. So this is Trista's Guardian. It looks kind of like a sword tail, but also kind of different. Man, who'd have thought Trista would be home to a fish this powerful? It was a tough opponent for sure. But you caught it, Rean, and even outdid me in the process. Well done. Now that you've pulled this off, you've truly earned the right to bear this title. You are now officially a Red Wrangler, the Imperial Fishing Club's Loftiest title. I still have no idea what these titles are for, but there's no way I could have done it without your help, Kenneth. I never would have built up the skills to catch the Guardian if you hadn't given me that fishing rod way back when. Then there's the constant support you've given me since. I can't thank you enough. Humble as ever. Oh, right, I almost forgot. Here's your reward for becoming a Red Angler. You've earned it. Alright, we get a Master Quartz. This is really too much. Believe me, when I said you deserved it, I meant it. Besides, it was cool of you to join in my challenge when you're so busy. Now that we're done though, let's focus on making the Academy Festival as fun as possible. Right. Okay, so I think now that we've caught that though... Yep, there's yet another Master Quartz we can get from him, and we have the 500 to do so. Alright, that takes care of all of the fishing stuff we have to do. And now, if we go to floor 1 of the main building, you remember all those sets we'd been collecting throughout this playthrough? Well, there is actually a reason for this. For if we go talk to Colette, Rean, those are some of the cutest accessories I've ever seen. I didn't know you were into the same stuff. I want to collect some full accessory sets, but I've never really stayed focused long enough to complete a whole one. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask, if you collect any accessory sets, could I have them by any chance? What should I do? Well, we've got all 3 sets that we need, so let's give her the fish badge set. Sure, how about this one? Oh wow, this is so cute. Thanks. I kind of feel bad though not giving you anything in return though. Oh, I know, how about this? Alright, we get a sparkling stone. Oh, I guess she took out the sparkling stone. Whoa, what is it? It's a pretty rock. I found it at this weird shop when I was vacationing in the East with my family. Just looking at it gives me a sense of inner peace, like it was some kind of special power or something. I hope you like it. We get a Zemirian ore shard. Thanks, I'm sure I will. If you find any more sets, shirk all your responsibilities and bring them to me. Yeah, so Zemirian ore is actually what is going to be used to give us the best weapons for our characters in the entire game. Alright, so let's go ahead and give her the Mishi set. And she will give us yet another Zemirian ore shard. Now, if I remember correctly, I think you need 3 ore shards in order to actually make Zemirian ore. I could be completely wrong about that, though. But let's go ahead and give her the last set, and she will give us the final Zemirian ore shard. Excellent. Okay, so now there's something we kind of need to prep for, and it's gonna sound crazy. So we're gonna go to the general goods store. We're going to buy a few things. We're going to want to buy 10 coarse rock salts, but we also kind of need to buy a lot of these items here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to buy maybe 20 to 30 of each, just to kind of make sure that we have a decent amount. Because we just want to make sure we have enough to make the recipes, as that is something we are going to be doing here pretty soon, as it is, we almost have every single recipe, and I've been actually waiting on doing this. Specifically, you want to do it at one point for certain reasons, but oh crap. Guess I'll go ahead and sell all these, as I don't really needed. Let's see, go ahead and get 20 of these. Go ahead and buy some few extra of those. Okay, so we just wanted to buy all those, mainly just so that way when it comes time to do the recipes, we'll have pretty much what we need. But with that takes care of all the running around we have to do. And so we can really kind of get started on side questing, as there's a few side quests that we need to take on. But I think we'll save that for next time. So, next time on The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, we start cracking down on the tasks that Toa gave us. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure you give it a like, it helps out a ton. Make sure to subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you guys all later.